It's imperative for a marriage to be successful, to be congruent on the big issues and life perspectives and the importance of them to you. So a marriage is doomed to fail without shared values. But what happens in our humanness is we get consumed. We get consumed with the idea that love is what is most important. But when the love fades, which is just the reality, and I can hear myself as a young person, but no, our love is not going to fade. You don't understand. We're different. We're different. That's what we hunker down in our youth and just natural immaturity that we have in those beginning adult stages of life. You have to know, no, the love really does. That romantic love fades away. And what's left is the character. What's left is the character of the person you've married and how they are going to view life and work through the issues and challenges. So to determine if you have shared values with the person you're thinking of marrying and that they are a person of integrity and character, we're going to discuss 5 tough questions that you need to ask each other before getting married. And each of these questions are the biggest issues marriages run into and expose whether you have shared values in these issues, because this is an important foundation of the marriage. And this is where our emotions can get the better of us and we want to lean on love and we'll ignore, bury our head in the sand, not address where we are not on the same page with shared values. Because we love each other, so it'll work out. We love each other and we will find a way to make it work. But that's a very naive perspective. These questions will also expose and flesh out red flags and whether this person is who you think they really are or not. So, getting into the 5 tough questions you need to ask each other before getting married. Number 1, do you want children or not? And how many? You have to have a shared value of whether or not you want to have children and how important that is to you or not in life. And it seems kind of duh, but you want to find this out before marriage. You do not want to find this out after marriage. Another good question that falls underneath this that the man needs to ask the woman is, do you want to be a stay-at-home mom or do you want to work? No right or wrong in that. Again, it comes down to values and what's important to a person. And these are just the things that need to be discussed. The second tough question you need to ask each other before getting married, really important. Number 2, how much debt do you have and why? How much debt do you have and why? And then really important, especially for good men to ask a woman, who do you believe is responsible for that debt? So what's your plan to get it paid off? Are you committed to that plan? Are you actively working it? And this fleshes out how important having a shared value around finances is so important because of the financial pressures that naturally get put on a marriage and the life events that come up that put financial pressure. And it's often something that we hide, especially as women, speaking from experience. And we hide it and we don't want to expose it because it's embarrassing or they won't like me or they won't want to marry me. So we hide it. So it's something you want to put on the table. And then under this is, are you open to being on a budget? Which, what's more important to you? Planning for the future or an immediate lifestyle? What's more important to you? You have to be on the same page around that. Third tough question you need to ask each other before getting married. What is your political affiliation? And how important is it to you? And getting it on the table. Each of your political affiliations. And this is especially important now in our ever-changing political landscape and how divisive it is and how divisive it can get at any point in time. So it's important to flesh this out and also asking, how important is politics to you, or is it not relevant? And you don't mind that we have those differences. But if politics and a person's affiliation is important to them and it's a big part of their life, something they like to discuss and talk about, then if that's opposite of yours, you do not want to get married. Number 4, what are your religious and or spiritual beliefs? And how important are they to you in your life? And under this question, asking, is going to church important to you? Is celebrating religious holidays and being with your family at those times important to you? How strong is your faith? And how big of a priority is it to you in your life? Are you biblical? And how important is it to you to follow the biblical structure of marriage? And not being naive. Again, this is a big one where love conquers all comes in, and we're naive thinking if we're different faiths and different religious values, we'll work it out. We love each other so much, we'll just work it out and we'll make it work. But this will become a wedge between you and the marriage, and there will be lots of conflict around different priorities and important things that will come up around religion and spiritual beliefs. And the 5th tough question that's important to ask each other before getting married: are you open to a prenuptial agreement? And I've included this one because we're talking about the necessity of character and emotional maturity in a marriage for it to work. And one of the best barometers to determine a person's intentions, especially a woman's intentions, and their emotional maturity, is to ask, are you open to a prenuptial agreement? Most good men can see the practicality in a prenuptial agreement. But you can know if a woman is marrying you and has noble intentions and isn't looking for a cash out if she's open to a prenup. And it is a huge red flag and will expose a person's character and their true intentions if they are not open to a prenup. And you will know that because they will get highly defensive and use it as a way to question your love and commitment to them. Like you don't trust me, and you don't really love me, and you don't have intentions of seeing this through if you're asking me for a prenup. And you have to know that is showing you a level of low character, a low level of emotional maturity, and that if they're not willing to sign a prenup, run, especially if you're a good man. So those are the 5 tough questions that you need to ask each other before getting married. Hello again, and thank you for taking the time to watch today. For those women listening who know you are the problem and want a path forward to change your woman ways and truly be happy in yourself, I have a course for women called the Happiness Program. And in this course, you will learn how to resolve the unhealthy relationship you have with yourself so that you are empowered to be the solution to the issues and challenges in your marriage and in your life. You can find the link in the description below to learn more about the course and apply to enroll. For the good men listening who want a way to take your power back that you've unknowingly given away to your wife, I also have a course for you called the Marriage Rescue Course for Good Men Only. This course teaches you how to rebuild your strength and confidence as a good man so that you can navigate the relationship with your wife in a healthy, constructive way. You can also find the link in the description below to learn more about the course and apply to enroll. Thank you again, and I will see you all soon.